When the world tells you to go away, stop, leave, go. Don't. Instead, just come. Come, the new fragrance by the podcast that made you squirt. Available now at yourworstfriend.com. Come here, come there, come anywhere. Just come.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out Going Deeper. I'm your host, Matt, and I got a great show planned for you tonight. You'll know my guest tonight from her appearances on websites such as Perv City and AdultTime.com. You can find links to all of her social media in the episode description below, or you can go to Rebecca-Vanguard.com. And I really want to stress this. I want to direct you, go to her OnlyFans at Rebecca Vanguard. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming to the show Rebecca Vanguard. Rebecca, how are you tonight?
I am having a good day so far. I just got ready to do this, so
sure. Well, I get it. Let me start out by saying this, and then I'd like to take it into how you came into your career, but it's going to sound like an insult at first. I don't think you're a porn star. I don't think you are. I think you're an artist trapped in a porn star body. And that's not just like me blowing smoke and like sucking your dick and all that. I think I don't know. Because again, I've checked out the stuff on your website. You do phenomenal work. Were you an artist from a young age going into this, or did you like realize it in your 20s? Like, oh yeah, this is something I can do. This is something I like to do, and I can make art out of it and make it my way and make it enjoyable.
Yeah, so I definitely grew up being very creative and doing music, and I was interested in going to art school and stuff like that. But growing up, I mostly played the bass because I started an orchestra playing the double bass, and that took up a lot of time. And then I also was in the state youth symphony because basically there was no one who played the double bass, and I wasn't really good enough to be there, but I was the only one willing to show up and do it every weekend or every Saturday morning or whatever, and learn the music. And also I still to this day have horrible stage fright. So doing solos and stuff like that I always dropped the ball on the solo. So they kind of had to bring someone in from the college to play with me. So if they would cover for me, so, which also kind of upset me because I feel like they should have just let me kind of sink or swim. I think that would have been better for me than always kind of having these training wheels, but that's neither here nor there. I enjoyed doing it very much. Well, nonetheless,
you were a bassist, and then they had to bring in a fill-in I think, what is it, Ringo. They completely redid his drums on one Beatles album without telling them. And that's got to be insulting, though. It's hey, let me sink or swim, like you're saying. But that is kind of the point. Now you'll never know. Would you have been the greatest bassist of all time had you continued? Would you have failed out at that point and decided, hey, maybe I should go for, school government, and you'd be president right now? I don't know where you'd be, Rebecca, but I can tell you this. I'm happy you are where you are because I am a huge fan of your content, and I hope you're getting artistic satisfaction out of that. How did you initially decide to get into this industry? And what form did it take? Was it dancing first, camming first, right straight to videos?
That's so great. Because that was my next thing. Because basically I've been on a bit of a hiatus, a bit of a break. I've been doing a little bit of content trade here and there, but even then, not been tested for a long time and stuff like that. And So I've been doing a lot more reflecting, maybe more than normal, since I've kind of had this time to myself and this kind of mental health break too. And also I was just burnt out. You know, I've been doing it for like 5, 6 years, and I was approached by a producer in my hometown in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And he's like very popular guy and always has been like online. Um, wow, I'm so I
You totally
shouldn't have
good.
done that. I shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have done what? What'd you do? You cut out for a second. I didn't hear what you said. You said, I'm so.
No, I just sorry. It's been a while since I've done an interview, so
You're totally good.
but it's okay. I know you're gonna cut them up to make me look smart, right? You're not gonna leave in the stuff that makes me look stupid, right? Good.
I played a word game with a girl the other day, and it involved a lot of letters. And the first thing she said to me was, "Oh my God, I'm dyslexic." I said, "That'll make it that much better. Let's
Yeah.
play the game." So yeah, of course, I'll cut out all the fun stuff, unless it's actually like, okay, so you were approached by that guy. Is it like a bad shoot you don't want to talk about, or is it like, I don't know.
So, no. So I got my start working with him, and like he works with like buddies with Alex Adams, and but I'm not gonna say his name because he doesn't even deserve the attention. But I did like my first like 10, 15 scenes with him. So I went straight into boy girl, and his theme of his studio was of course incest, you know, because that's like super popular. It's starting to die down now, so maybe whatever, but
But I mean, a fair question. Why would I not want to fuck somebody who's related to me by marriage, you know, in every way possible, like cousins and say, no, I agree with you. I was just kidding. Yeah, it's fucking, yeah, it can die a little. We get it. It's taboo. Let's move on to the next thing.
that was good. I like that.
Thank you. So it was mostly like that type of stuff, right? Early on, you said, or he mostly produces that type of stuff.
Yeah. So it was all like incest themed, and he was really bad at the whole daddy thing. So he was always like the stepbrother or cousins or something like that. It was super weird, kind of in that way.
Mhm.
But so that's where I got my start. I kind of jumped in head first, and then from there, you know, I dated him, and he was really horrible.
Okay.
Honestly, horrible guy. I don't recommend anyone work with him. Maybe I should say his name because people like really should know. I don't think people like. I don't know. He's crazy, bro. He's crazy. Like maybe he's okay right there on set, you know.
Mhm.
But like if he like, you know, weasels his way into your life, like, oh, we should hang out or we should date or blah, blah, blah. Let me take you out on a date or let me buy you stuff and stuff. But yeah, the name of his studio is Cock Ninja Studios,
Okay.
but I can't remember his name.
It's okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. You said two things that interested me there. Well, the one thing was I've been doing a lot of interviews lately with a lot of girls, and they all tell me this same fact that seems so disconnected from the reality of how you girls actually live and how you make your money. You said you have terrible stage fright. Are you naturally an introvert?
So, I've also been thinking about this recently, and I think like I'm naturally an extrovert, but as I get older, like I'm definitely both. Like I need my time by myself, and I can feel it when I'm ready to like go home or like get in my car and go away. And but at the same time, I also gain a lot of energy from going out and having like positive experiences. And like recently, I've like really lost my faith in humanity, so I've been trying to you know, put myself out there and like go and do things and meet people and like, you know, but it's been good. It's actually been good. So I shouldn't say it like that. But like, yeah, working in porn for like 5, 6 years, I'm like, and like, just don't like a lot of people. And I need to get my like optimism back. I need to get my positive thinking back. Because I used to be like excited to meet new people and like see what they're all about and see like, I don't know, like who are you, And now I'm just like, yeah, whatever, dude. You're probably fucking asshole. So whatever. You have to like convince me to like you now. Whereas before, I generally probably liked you as long as you were nice until now I'm just like, I don't like anybody. Mm-mm.
I had the same shift around college where I just kind of got to the point where it's like I spent my whole life acting friendly to everyone and nice to everyone. And I'm still friendly. I'm not rude, but I also like gave myself, not to disparage anyone with actual, things, but like I told myself like Asperger's ain't a bad thing. Just start saying what you feel all the time. Just let people know. And if they're a dick, hopefully they'll get their act together and act like a fucking human being. And if they're, not someone that wants to associate with a truth teller, like they'll get out and you don't have to deal with them anymore. When did you start to lose? Is it just real world stuff? Is it disillusion with the industry? Like when did you start to feel that way that you're feeling now?
Maybe it started like when I took my initial break with my agency, where I spoke with my agents, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should just kind of, because you don't want to go to set when you're not mentally like 100%, because like you don't want to A, lash out at anyone on accident, or B, I don't know, like start crying or something, and they're gonna think you're crying because they think like you did something, like the man did something wrong and he like fucked you too. You know what I mean? Like you can't start crying on a set for a sex scene. Like you just can't. It's too complicated. And if you told them, oh, I'm just really going through a lot right now, they probably wouldn't. Nowadays, they wouldn't trust it. They would probably never hire you again because they think you're gonna like post something about them because last time you had a negative experience, and like they probably just so. And that was probably like a year ago or roughly. And and I think it was just an accumulation of being jaded from the industry.
Sure.
And also I went out of the industry and tried to make friends and like joined a band and I played bass with them. And that was just like ultimately a horrible fucking experience. And the music industry is obviously like super male dominated. And so basically it just kind of.
Yeah. I have a gnat that's bouncing around my room as well. So we're just going to be fucking swatting at these things all night.
Annoying. Yeah.
But that's exactly what I said, right? You're an artist. You go, well, porn's not working great over here for me right now because of how I feel or whatever. Let me go try and do this. That didn't work either. But that's not going to stop you. And you and I both know that's not going to stop you. You're going to jump harder into something like photography. Like I'm sure I've seen your stuff, actually. You're very good at it. But you'll eventually catch that back again because as douchey as it is to say, I'm an artist and I get that same way. My wife is an artist. She gets that same way. Artists do that ebb and flow, ebb and flow. Whereas office workers are nice and level and they don't take those dips when they're like, wow, there's a bridge. Why don't I just take a dive? They do the fucking same mundane bullshit every day. That's not what you signed up for. That's not what I signed up for. We signed up for the tops. Got to deal with the bottoms, right? This is like a weird therapy session. I apologize for that. It's just you're opening up, you're being honest, and I'm going to open up and be honest too. You know why? Because I have that weird forced Asperger's. Like I said, I'm just going to say what I feel.
Right. Okay. See, I'm not good at lying. Like, I think I can lie when it's necessary, but no, I'm not like, not a good liar, not good at keeping up a facade. Like if I feel like my facial expressions always give me away. Like if I don't like someone in person, not my sex ones, because those are just weird all around, but they're not bad because we'll get into the sex faces later, but just, sorry, now I lost my train of thought.
I don't know. We were talking about, yeah, go ahead.
Right. So yeah, I sometimes wonder if I'm like a little bit on the autism spectrum as well, because I also say what I mean. And I've realized like that's why maybe I haven't been gotten as farther as I could have, because I'm not really good at brown nosing and ass kissing and like, but some people I do. I really like the stuff that they do. So I wouldn't call that brown nosing if I, shower them in compliments and stuff. But yeah, so I'm not good at that either. And
But let me pause it. Isn't it crazy that you're not good at lying and most people don't want to hear the truth, and so what we do is we put it in a little box and call it neurodivergent or whatever you want to call it over. This is so weird that Rebecca doesn't like to fucking lie to people's faces, isn't it? It's so outside the norm. What does that say about society? If that is what's outside the norm. So when you get down, understand, maybe, I don't know, this is getting weird and I kind of love it. Understand that you're not the fucked one. Society is the one that's fucked. I think anyone should feel that way, unless you're a schizophrenic and like you're fucked, like you might be. And that's okay too. Just don't hurt anyone. Not you, the audience.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Most schizophrenic people naturally are not very aggressive.
I apologize. That was just the top one that came off the top of my head.
But no, I know what you. Never mind. But yeah, I know what you meant. I know you didn't mean it like that. In a bad way. Yeah. So.
Back when I was on my not telling the truth phase, when I would just like try and appease people and whatever, I was hanging out with this guy Rick, and I made some abortion joke, and I go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like offend you." And he goes, "What? In case like I know fucking people who were aborted, like how am I gonna fucking be upset with that one?" Like, I was like, that's a good point. Now, the inverse of that is one time I worked at Best Buy and I had a really nasty customer, just this fucking really nasty woman. And she walked away and I was next to this girl who I will not name, but everyone that worked at the store knows who it is. And I was next to her and I said, "Oh, fucking that woman was such a bitch. What a fucking fat bitch she was." Just throwing out an insult. And I turned to this girl and I go, it's first thing that came to my mind. I couldn't filter it. I just go, "No offense." Well, the implication there is that, oh, you're also a fat bitch, but I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about this other one over here. And it made me so sad. And it was only the second meanest thing that ever happened to that girl. One of our security guys actually came up and congratulated her on being pregnant one time. She wasn't. So.
Yo, that is literally worst case scenario is mistaking. That's why, honestly, and also because sometimes women miscarry, you really shouldn't, like, unless they bring it up, don't bring up the fact that they're pregnant. Don't, like, it's like weird sometimes. Like sometimes women will get pregnant and they don't even say anything for the first like trimester, whole 3 months or something, because a lot of miscarriages happen in the first month. So they don't want to have to go through the worry of being like, "Oh, actually I lost the baby. I know I said I was pregnant, but now I'm not pregnant anymore." Like no one wants to have that conversation either way.
I don't say shit to women about pregnancy if I'm at a baby shower and the breaching. Okay, the kid is I don't say shit. I'm like, "Oh, your wife looks very thin over there. Great." And they're like, "Yeah, that's because the baby's hanging out of her." I go, "Oh, she was pregnant? Glowing. Wow, I had no idea. Whoa." So
yeah, you just be like, "Oh my God, you're glowing. Your skin looks amazing now that you're pregnant," and all that. What the fuck? What was our main? Where did we get? How did we get here?
I don't know, but we're gonna take a break and we'll come right back. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna play a quick little game. Then we're gonna talk about your career, and then if either one of us starts crying at any point, we'll figure out what to do with this. Okay? Is that fair enough?
We'll unpack it together. You promise?
Yeah,
you're unpack it with me.
I dream of unpacking things with you, Rebecca. It's just, okay. It's what I look for. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Go to Rebecca-Vanguard.com, but I also want to direct you to her OnlyFans at Rebecca Vanguard. My guest tonight, Rebecca Vanguard. We'll be right back.
Tuesday. This Tuesday, come on down to the YourWorstFriend.com arena and see Glam Slam. Come see all of your favorites, including Pinealius, Thyrulium, and Pancreosa. What happens when Ovarium leaves her homeworld to clash with the beast himself, Testosaurus Sex? Go to YourWorstFriend.com now for tickets.
I'm back tonight with my guest, Rebecca Vanguard. You can find her on OnlyFans at Rebecca Vanguard, and check out her website, Rebecca-Vanguard. Links to all of her social media is going to be in the episode description, as always, so make sure you go down there. If you just don't have the ability to spend money right now for whatever reason, then at least follow her on social media to pump those numbers up. Rebecca, we're going to play a ridiculous fucking game today, and I apologize for it, but here's the good part. The second one is even more ridiculous. So, I would like to play the game Porn Words with you. Porn Words is a little game I came up with that's kind of like the game Password. So I'm going to give you a clue for the answer, and your job is to tell me what the word is. So if I were to do this motion and say transportation, vehicle,
And so what do you want me to say?
You would go car.
Oh, so just the first thing that comes to mind, right?
Well, kind of, yeah. You're going to try and look for the right one. Now, these are all porn categories, though. So I'm going to have to describe to you what this porn category is. Also, I would say, though I don't have any race ones in there, porn, like say, for African-American people, it's traditionally called ebony on there. Again, I don't have any race ones in there, but the point is you want to look for what the traditional one would be. Okay, so like tiny girl, don't be like tiny, be like petite, whatever.
Or spinner.
That could have been one too. Yes, correct. All right. I am not a hack, so I'm going to put 69 seconds on the clock. And you're going to have 69 seconds to answer 10 questions. You ready to start?
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
It's so funny. People bang through like the first 7 in the first 20 seconds, and then they get stuck on one, and it's just like, okay. 3, 2, number 1, multiple guys, one girl.
Bukkake?
Nope.
Gangbang.
Yep. Number 2, drank water. I'm going to go shoot one of these scenes now.
Squirting scene.
Correct. Number 3, tied up, chained up.
Bondage?
Correct. Number 4, new to the industry. Not pro.
New girl?
Nope. Not pro, just starting.
Amateur?
Got it. Number 5, 2 in different holes at the same time.
Double penetration.
Boom. 6, you are the same age as me by marriage. Same age by marriage. Twin, taboos, the big thing that's in the industry right now. 20 seconds.
Oh, stepson?
Siblings? Yeah, that's good. Number 7, spinner. What we just said.
Petite? Small?
There you go. Number 8, oral sex on a guy. 5 seconds left.
Blowjob.
Number 9, finish on the face. Okay, I'll give you that one. That's fair. You got 9 out of 10. That's a phenomenal score. Now, I am going to have competing people. So for a tiebreaker, according to IAFD.com, the Internet Adult Film Database, as of this recording, how many male performers has Rebecca Vanguard worked with? Now, with the tiebreaker, we're going to just play closest to it, obviously. But I've had one girl get within 2, and it was a high number, so it was impressive.
Well, I was just looking at my IAFD, so I think it's like, according to IAFD, because I do think it's more than this, because I think there's probably more than I've shot than what's been documented. I should go through it and like actually see if there's anything missing. But I want to say it's like 243 scenes, but you said male talents, because also some, right? Okay, so it's not that easy, because some of them are solos for like AATK and stuff like that. So so probably like 203.
Are you like trying to send yourself to hell or whatever? It was 94. It was only 94.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
94.
All right. That's not, you didn't even break triple digits yet. That only gets you to like the second level of hell or whatever it is. You're solid. I'm not real.
Yeah, wow, okay. And some of them are probably repeats too, because you work with a lot of the same guy. So it's like, yeah, dude.
Sure. You're solid. You're good.
Wow.
All right. Let's
Urgent, dude. Are you kidding me? Holy fuck. Okay.
all right. Walk me through what is the craziest scene you've ever shot. If you talk about it, if it didn't go terribly fucking south, but do you have one that really stands out as like maybe you even went home and you were like, I wonder how extreme people are going to think I am from now on.
Bruh. I would have to say, my most extreme content has been for asylum.com and slavemouth.com. Because yeah, I have done double anal and some other stuff like for kink, but I would say the double anal scenes that I did weren't necessarily, I mean, I don't know, I guess it was rough sex, but in the sense, because the asylum scenes and stuff, they included like corporal punishment and other fetishes and stuff. And I would say, yeah, honestly, those are my favorite scenes with Asylum, probably. Definitely top five scene. And I've shot with him multiple times. It's been a while. And I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, would I work with him again? Would he work with me again? I think so, and so maybe I should see what he's doing. Well, actually, he's focusing more on this new thing called Dom the Nation. So, and I'm not one for like getting that outdoorsy. Like I can, and I do, but I've also never done like work in that kind of setting, like in the middle of nowhere kind of vibes. I've never. So I'm like, I'll be honest. I think I might be just a little bit too princessy and pussy for that. And but he has a really nice setup. Dr. Mercius is his stage name.
Okay.
It's got a good setup though.
I've seen some of those scenes, the asylum scenes. Not necessarily what I seek out, but there's certain performers I'll be like, oh, let's check this out. Blah blah blah. They're intense, man. That's like head in the toilet type of stuff. I understand it's a prop toilet or whatever. You're not going to a public restroom, but stuff like is that what does that do for you?
Real toilet.
Oh well, I understand it's a
That's
real
my toilet, bro. I cleaned it first. I bleached it and cleaned it really good first, but that's my toilet. It's a real functioning toilet with real toilet water in it. And yeah.
Okay, so what drives you to want to do that? Is it the challenge, or is that something that really actually turns you on, that full like domination type thing?
I would say I do enjoy pushing my own boundaries. Definitely don't have a thing for pushing other people's boundaries, of course, but I like pushing my own boundaries. And also, like, for me, the toilet just doesn't disgust me that much, because especially if you like clean it and then I'm like cleaning the inside where the water is too, and then I like flush it a couple times, and like this water in the tank of the toilet is technically just clean, and like no poopy and pee-pee goes in the tank. I don't know, whatever. It just doesn't really gross me out that much. But with that being said, I'm definitely not the most hardcore girl. There's like girls who are way more hardcore than me. Like, sure, double anal is hardcore, but I did like 3 DPs before that or something like that in an anal scene, and then the 5th shoot was the double anal. So I was like really stretched out, but I wasn't sore at all. So it was actually pretty easy at that point after shooting like 3 DPs in an anal scene for legal porno. Definitely check that out, legal porno. That's those are really good scenes as well. But
sure.
Yeah.
So the girls that do more extreme things than you, is that stuff you're just not willing to do, or you haven't had the opportunity to try it yet, or you just don't like it, or?
Yeah, more like my personal. I think for me, they're just like it's a personal boundary. I'm trying to think, is there something that I haven't done yet that I really want to do for a scene?
Hmm. All I'm gonna do is like throw softballs out at you and be like, "Did you ever try this?" And you're gonna be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Have you ever done like a bukkake scene?
Okay. Actually, okay. I did I did it twice. It's the glory hole, the
Which one?
Asiani's glory hole.
Secrets.
Is it glory hole secrets? Is it?
Secret.
Because
No,
I don't want to name the wrong one.
yes, 100%. They kind of like share talent. I understand it's probably the same company with Gangbang Cream Pie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's Asiani. Yeah, it's Secret.
Okay. Let me just.
And as she double checks me here, as she doesn't understand the extent of my pornography knowledge, I understand.
Oh yeah, that is them. That is them.
Oh, Matt was
Like,
right.
if
Okay,
you try me. Try me, bitch.
Okay.
Oops.
The nerd from New Jersey got one over the porn star. Solid. Anyway.
Yeah, I am kind of like a fan in that sense too. Like I know a lot of the websites and stuff like that. I'm very knowledgeable and like maybe not as much now because I've been kind of on a break, so I haven't been like paying attention as much. But before that, like yeah, I always knew all the new websites and who was shooting for what and blah 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 because I'm a nosy little bitch like that.
The funny thing is, like, people I assume listen to this and be like, wow, this guy's a fucking dork. He just sits around and tugs his dick all day and blah blah. I have a wife. I've had her since I was 19. Not we didn't get married that young, but we're been together that long. Love it. Great sex life. I just like it. I just think it's a fun industry. I like the taboo aspect of the industry as a whole. I like that you women have the opportunity to make as much money as you want to make based on how much content you'd like to produce. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of handouts. Maybe I'm wrong, but you have to work for it. I said this on other episodes, but it's so funny when guys are like, oh, these fucking girls, just some whore goes to set, gets fucked, and then goes home. It's like, no. A lot of these girls, some of them are quitting 40-hour-a-week jobs to go work 60, 70 hours a week doing porn. It's like, it's not a lazy thing. It's a passion thing. You do what you want to do. You look gorgeous doing it, and you get paid good money to do it. Where's the fucking flaw, man? I don't see it. So that's why I like porn so much. I enjoy it because it seems like the most fun people in the world. Now, tell me some behind the scenes story about some fist fight you got in. I'm just kidding. So tell me the Glory Hole Secrets story then. Or we'll just call it the Glory Hole story if you don't want to get it wrong.
I think that for me is like, that I think might be the limit. Like, okay, I'm okay with having a bunch of cum on my face, and I don't mind when it's like sucking and jerking, and then they like come in my mouth, and then I kind of like play with it and then like swallow it like from straight, fresh from the spout. You know what I'm saying? But like the whole thing when they start like, they're like, okay, let's have like 5 of the guys come into like a martini glass and drink it. No, I can't get down with a lot of that stuff. Like I'll gag and I feel really bad because I'm like, what am I? Stop. What am I doing? I need to get it together. But
you're telling me you're not the type of performer that'll take your finger and mix it up and then see all the colors blend together because for some reason they're different. By the way.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, no.
Okay. I do like a nice bukkake, I'll be honest. And I do like a nice swallowing scene because to me, it's like, I don't know. It's not like a domination thing. It's almost like I'm worthy type of thing. And I don't know if that makes me even more of a loser than I was 5 minutes ago or what, but I like that. I don't like the stuff where it's like, rough is fine, but when it starts getting like violent, I'm just out. It's just I have no problem with people who do it. I'm just not interested,
I think for me, like when it starts to become a turnoff, like, yeah, there's certain things where I'm just like, yeah, I don't get it. But it's like a turnoff kind of for me, like based on the woman's reaction, because I've seen videos of girls be getting hit in the face so hard that they're like out of it. And like basically I'm assuming probably concussed to some degree because they got hit in the temple on accident. Or I also had a friend of mine get slapped in the face, and he missed and hit her ear, and he was hitting her so hard he ruptured her fucking eardrum, literally. Like, and I'm like, dude, I just don't think you should be slapping anyone that hard, especially not on a set. That's almost, you're bordering on just being straight up reckless and unprofessional at that point, because all you have to do is miss by a little bit, you hit their ear and you could rupture. Like, I don't know, maybe she had sensitive eardrums. I don't know, but and after she told me that, it's like, I'm never going to work with that guy, but I'm
Sure.
going to not mention any names there.
Yeah, that's
But
fine. That's fine.
but yeah, for me, it's like based on the girls, it's based on the girl's reaction. And like, I don't know, yeah, you can just tell, I feel like, when the girl's like into it, and like when it's like yeah, I've even cried and stuff for like some scenes, I think, probably, but it's like different. Like you can just tell, like I can just tell when there's something wrong, or maybe I'm just projecting my own fucking bullshit onto them. I don't know, but
Can can I ask? And if it's too personal, you don't have to answer. But when you have cried on a scene, is it the scene or is it a buildup of stuff, and that's kind of the opportunity to release it? I don't know. That's personal for everybody, but
I would say, yeah, I would say like it is. I would say I do probably use it in that way where I'm like, okay, this is a good opportunity for me to, yeah, release, but and in a healthy way, in a safe environment, like that kind of thing. But really it's probably more of a physical thing. It's just being spanked and hit and poked and prodded for so long. Maybe it's more of a sensory overload
Sure.
that it's almost like a knee-jerk reaction to start crying or something, kind of. I don't. Yeah.
okay, all right. Yeah, I think I think everyone deals with things and uses those things however they works best. I don't know. Can I see your shirt, please?
Yeah, of course. I almost forgot. Yeah. Oh, it's backwards, but it's okay. You can flip it.
No, I can see it. I can see it straight. Yeah, you're good. You might be mirrored. So, do you?
Part anal. Yeah. Like, okay, when I get back into shooting soon again, um, I for my own personal content, at least for sure, like I want to shoot some more anal and DPs, and also I don't have a lot of three ways with like two girls or two guys. So I'd like to do maybe some like threesome, four. Oh, I at the door. Sorry
Oh,
about.
you're good. You're good.
Um, my house isn't haunted, I promise. Yeah. But I need to probably get to stretching my butt a little bit again. She's a little bit out of practice, so she probably needs a little bit of stretching and some solo attention, some one-on-one time with me and my butthole first. But yeah.
Now, is that a multi-day process, a stretching thing, or is that like one day? I couldn't begin to imagine.
I think for everyone it's probably different, but in this case, just because I haven't done anything at all in such a long time, like I would probably do, I would probably set aside like a week before, 5 to 7 days before my anal scene, and just like mess around with some toys and maybe some fingering, and but also give some days in between, maybe to heal, and also just in case maybe you scratch yourself with your nail or something while you're like stretching, within that window. Hopefully, if it's not like the day or two before you're seen, it's you give it some time to heal and that too. But like I'm pretty, when you do an anal scene, there's always like a little bit of tearing, I think, micro tearing. So, yeah.
Okay. Last question, then we're going to go to break. So then when you shot all of those DPs and everything else, was that in the same day or just the same trip for the legal porno? Right? No?
Yeah. So I shot with Giorgio in for legal porno, and it was like I do the scene and then a day off and then a scene and then a day off, scene and day off. But I would use hydrocortisone cream and hemorrhoid suppositories like after the scene. Even if I wasn't experiencing any discomfort or pain, I would just use them because they're like steroids if they're, the small inflammation and stuff from the fucking, it'll just uninflame your
parts. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna take a break. My guest tonight, Rebecca Vanguard. This is a really fun one. Go to rebecca-vanguard.com and also head to her OnlyFans at Rebecca Vanguard. We'll be right back.
Do you have that gotta finish feeling that just won't quit? Would Mistress be disappointed in the seed you've spilled? Now might be the time to try Goontrex. Goontrex, the first clinically tested YWF2 ejaculate inhibitor, allows mommy's pay pigs to pound all day without the complications of post-nut clarity.
Side effects include loss of income, loss of home, loss of family, backed up prostate, homicidal rage, and dry basketball shorts.
So if you're a quick shooter with a family that you're ready to ignore, talk to your doctor and see if Goontrex is right for you. Goontrex. Keep it in all night and get back to gooning for a goddess. Brought to you by yourworstfriend.com.
And we're back. We're back with my guest tonight, Rebecca Vanguard. You can find her on OnlyFans at Rebecca Vanguard, or go to her website, rebecca-vanguard.com. Follow her across all social media. Rebecca, we are going to play a game called Ladies' Choice. Ladies' Choice is a game where you, the world-famous porn star, get to build your own celebrity fantasy gangbang. Now, here's the catch. You don't actually get to pick any of the individuals. I'm going to spin these wheels, which you don't see, but the audience does, to determine the participants in your fantasy celebrity gangbang. There's an athlete wheel, there's an actor wheel, and there's a wheel with kind of a wild card. Your job in building this gangbang is to tell me who goes where, and then give me some logic behind it. Like, this guy's going to go in my mouth because I know he has really phenomenal abs and I'd like to see them. Or this guy goes over here because it's smaller and that works better. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Sure.
All right. Let's spin the wheels and see who your participants are in your Ladies' Choice gangbang.
Let's play Ladies' Choice.
Mookie Betts, George Clooney, Dennis Rader.
Rebecca, your three participants in your Ladies' Choice gangbang are Mookie Betts, who is a two-time World Series champion and signed a contract 12 years, $365 million, which I think all of you girls should be paid for all the double anal you do. Wheel number 2 is George Clooney, a two-time Sexiest Man Alive winner, over $5 billion in box office revenue. I mean, a stud, a real stud, okay? Number 3, unfortunately, your wild card did not turn out great. It is Dennis Rader. Now, the pros are he was a pastor and I think some kind of security guard at some point. The con in this one, though, is that he was the BTK killer, and he murdered 10 people. So, Rebecca, if you will, please, 1 hole per gentleman. And perhaps your logic behind it as well.
Oh God, Jesus. Okay. Well, first we'll address Dennis. I think I'd put him in my mouth because I can use like the Listerine and with rubbing with the alcohol in it to like really cleanse. You know, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You can't really do that with a pussy or a butthole, you know? So I'm like, okay, so I'll put him in my mouth so
fair.
I can maybe, cleanse myself somehow afterwards and maybe get into heaven still.
Maybe throw some holy water in there as well. I understand. Yeah.
I might have to become like a nun after that and be celibate, but either way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, okay, now the good choices. Let's see. I'm like kind of looking at the screen here. 2 very handsome and very rich men. So it's difficult to decide who should go in my anus. I wonder how they would feel about being in the room and being in a gangbang with Dennis Rader.
So, probably not great if we're being honest. Let me ask though. So you said you want to know who you should give that. So do you prize your anus more than your vagina?
I would have.
See, that's what I mean. Is it the benefit you think it is? That's where you have to weigh it. Like, which is my most, I apologize for the turn of phrase, valuable hole, and which, that's how I would rank them personally, but,
Most valuable hole, MVH instead of MVP. I should get that on my shirt. Or something. Okay. So, I think a lot of like cis girls think of the butthole as like their prized possession, but after working with a few like gay, bisexual kind of guys who have sex with a lot of men, they are gay and they enjoy the pussy, So, that tells you something. Pretty fucking gay. It's been a few that were pretty fucking gay and they were like into the way it felt, So I'm like, okay, so that's that pussy. Pussies must feel, I'm not saying my pussy. I'm sure my pussy does feel great, but I'm not saying like, pussies just, so they probably feel better than buttholes. So I would probably put George Clooney in my ass and the baseball
Mookie Betts, yes,
in my vagina.
Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was Ladies' Choice. Okay, Rebecca, you said before we went to break that you were gonna start shooting soon. Do you have anything on the books yet, or and I won't ask what they are, obviously, if you do, or are you just feeling towards the end of your hiatus?
Yeah, like, okay, so Snow Mercy, this dominatrix, she hit me up, and so I'm going to shoot with her at some point. Maybe I'll send her a text message, see what she's up to, if she was when she was thinking on doing that. I think she said let me check my messages. Was it spanking? Let me just search it. But that'd probably be my next thing. And I'm doing another, it's just spanking, no kissing or anything. And next, looking at June.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And it's right, June, July. Okay. So, so she'll probably be hitting me up again soon. So I'll be doing some spanking with Snow Mercy soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. And I'm going to be doing some more spanking for let me get it right. It's so I did a spanking scene recently with my porn mom, Jamie Foster, and now I'm gonna do this one in July when my friend Lady Lazarus comes to visit. She always comes to stay with me. Not a lot of people stay with me, so she's a special friend. Cameraman. Let me type in see it's no.
It's okay.
No,
It's
I can find it. Let me go to Jamie's.
okay.
Miss Jamie Foster. And by the way, my handle, my tag or my name on Twitter and Instagram is at Harry Side Chick, but it should come up because I do also now have my name as the username, but I've just been like suspended so many times. I was
Sure.
kind of like laying low for a little bit, you know?
Sure. Let me ask you, Harry Side Chick, what's that come from?
You know, okay, so I have to get creative.
Are you an armpit girl?
Oh yeah, okay, so this is for free. By the way, this is for free, guys. So
Wow.
free armpit.
Okay, that's
Pretty
nice.
good.
All right, so that's what it comes from. Okay.
That, and I'm also known for my bush. I've done a ton of scenes for ATK and a few other mainstream bush themed things as well. But I found it. So
Okay.
Miss Jamie Foster, I typed out MISS. Her handle is Miss MS, abbreviated Miss Jamie Foster. And I'm doing the spanking with spankgirls.com. And his blog is spankingview.com. So
Okay.
I
All right.
think that is, girlsspankgirls.com. So it's
Okay.
always lesbian but I've been spanked by him though. He spanked me and I also spanked him.
Ooh,
That was
wow.
fun, yeah, because he's like a big guy, you know, he's a manly big guy. Not like manly like I act manly, but it just is a big not butch, I'm sorry. That's weird term to
you're
use
good.
for a man. Big yeah, so it was fun spanking a big guy's butt and not fat. He's not like super never
You're
mind.
good. You're good.
Right.
You're good. We got it. You're totally. Do you like that? Are you naturally a dom, a sub, a switch? Is it as easy to switch back and forth if you're a switch?
It just is this it's hard. It's just hard for me to admit out loud. I'm just be like, you know, naturally, yes, I'm very submissive. But as time goes on and I graduate from my teen category into my MILF category or the in-between category, as I call it, it's like it's hard to it's hard for me to lean into the more dominating position. But I think I have it in me, but I just think that I'll be kind of like a soft mommy dom at the end of the day. But maybe, you know, 5-10 years go by and I'll end up being like one of the most brutal dominatrixes ever. Who knows? So
That'd be pretty cool. Sure. Let me ask you. This is my last question, but I mean, you may have answered it, maybe not. Is there an exit plan? Do you love doing? No, I have one more question. Sorry, but go ahead. Is there an exit plan to this? Do you have do you see yourself shooting MILF porn at 60 years old? Or what? What's the next step?
I think so. When I got into it, I was definitely in the mindset that this is, whether I like it or not, you know, this is going to be who follow me and who I am for the rest of my life until I am probably 60, 70. So I do see myself probably very likely, you know, doing this with breaks, you know, but doing this with until I'm, you know, 40, 50s, 60s, because it's still something. I mean, I'm still young now, so who knows? Maybe I won't enjoy it anymore, and that's okay too. But I still really enjoy it, and I also think that in order to be like a real star at what you do, which could also be more than just porn, of course, but you know, at least a porn star, you know, just the biggest women I see career wise, popularity wise, they've been doing it for 20, 25 years, because there are so many people who just get in for 6 months or a year or 2 years or even just like 5 years. And then that's it, and I really want to prove like, no, I'm here to stay. You're not going to get rid of me. You can't bully me out of the industry. Some of these people and their fucking stupid bullshit. Like, oh, fuck you, dude. And just, yeah, man. So I still have a lot of fight left in me. Okay, so you can't get me down. I'm like the Undertaker.
I don't know when you got it done because I don't know if it was a pinned tweet or not. So this is my last question because I was obviously distracted by the fucking picture tweet. Your tattoo's awesome and insane, and I love it. How much more are you going to do? You going full body or do you like doing individual pieces?
So that is also part of my, before I start, I think right now I need to, I mean, at the end of the day, look, I think the beauty of sex work is you can really do whatever you want, but, and so everybody has but what I've noticed is a trend is that you either have like one or two, or you're like covered, So now that I'm not a teen, the tattoos probably aren't as important. A lot of people do have tattoos, but also it's who I really am and how I really do enjoy expressing myself. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of, I want to be myself, so I'll be getting a haircut soon. I won't say what I'll be getting, but I'll be getting a fun haircut soon and gonna get some more tattoos. Going to finish the stomach thing situation and kind of then probably get back into it again. But I plan on, getting a lot. And I want to shout out the guy who did my tattoo, Alonzo, his Instagram, because he is obviously so good, like the fuck. And like literally it healed so fast. He's very light-handed. It was not a smart idea. It was not a smart placement for my first big major tattoo. It was really bad. I had to take like 1,000 milligrams of ibuprofen afterwards. Ooh. Maybe I didn't need to take that much, but I just was like, no, I need this to stop now. Okay. It was just burning and burning. Like I couldn't sleep. And I sat for probably like 5-ish or so hours. So it was burning. It was burning. His Instagram is Aloni, Alonneey, and he can do whatever. He can do it all. I'm gonna have him color it in red. I don't have the money right now, but we're working on that. And also I wanted to shout out my friend Lady Lazarus because we're gonna be doing our spanking shoot soon. And on Instagram, she's Lady Lazarus Model Official.
I think I follow her. Okay.
Like 4.0, 2.0, 5.0, 6.0, because she's been suspended so many times. So I guess this is her strategy, is making a bunch of accounts. Lady Lazarus Model Official 2.0 or 4.0.
Sure. I'll put links to her in the episode description. Yeah,
it's a lot.
I think regardless of what path it takes you, you're an artist. And exactly like I said from the beginning, you'll find a way to create something you feel is art, whether the rest of the world recognizes it or not. We're going to stay on our spectrum, wherever that is, okay? And, okay, maybe shouldn't make that face as I'm talking about being on the spectrum. That'll get us canceled.
Yeah. No, I was referring to first. People are seriously fucking haters against my collages and shit. Like, they are fucking serious haters. And I'm like, bro, I thought we were literally past this. Like, you sound like such a pretentious cunt right now. I can't believe it's 2024 and you're really behaving like this. Like, over your collage? Like, get over yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight, Rebecca Vanguard. You can check all of her social media in the episode description below. Hairy Side Girl, right?
Harry Side Chick.
Side chick. I apologize.
Harry
Harry
Side
Side Chick. There you go. Follow her on Twitter and Instagram, and go to Rebecca-Vanguard.com to get links to everything, see her portfolio, all that's up there. But really, what I want to press you to do is go to her OnlyFans and sign up. Rebecca Vanguard on OnlyFans. Rebecca, thank you so much for coming on with me tonight. It was fucking weird and fun, and I loved it.
Thanks. Me too. I loved it. I really enjoy the format with like the different kind of like games and segments, and I appreciate that. And like some podcasts, which I also don't mind because I am a bit of a talker. So, you know, if it is like a 2-hour podcast or something, that's fine. But I also enjoy this short form. I like the short format. I appreciate that.
Sure. In and out, introduce it. I'll have you back on another time and we'll get an update on where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca Vanguard.